Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes to Talk. This is season one, episode number two. What you want to know? Your girl, Nina Capone. And today we are going to highlight some of the details they leave out about building your business credit. Um, and again, here we are, another 10 minutes to talk. We're back live on air. We got 10 minutes. I'm going to try to provide as much information as possible. I also have some business resources I dropped below the actual episode, so you could also check those out. But let's jump right in. One of the biggest things I see people leave out when they're talking about building up your business credit. I have a lot of people come to my office and say, "Hey, I want to build business credit." Well, the first question that I ask and focus on is, how are you going to pay this back? One thing for sure, two things for certain: you do not want to ruin your LLC by ruining business credit. Okay. Um, and I think that the plan kind of goes backwards. Social media has, did a blitz on how things work for us getting an LLC, getting a nonprofit, the difference between a 501 and a 501c, a 501c and a 501c3, the benefits, which one you need for your particular business. So I believe that, social media has kind of blurred the lines a little bit, and I wanted to start to share information that would be valuable to you guys. Okay, and my battery want to die on my leg. With that being said, let's get into the profile setting, how to actually go about setting up your business credit, like what's needed, understanding your business structure. First and foremost, what type of business structure do you have? And excuse me, guys, if you hear me moving around a lot, I am in transition. I just bought a new house, and the home office is not ready yet, and I am not in the office today. It's Thursday, and we're closed. Okay. All right. So we're plugged in. We're back in action. We will not be going off here. Okay. So let's talk about the company structure. First, you want to make sure you write these things down. I do believe in lists to make sure that we see everything through. So if you have a pen and pad, grab it right now at the time. You want to talk about first, how am I going to pay this back? What are my plans to pay this money back? How am I going to pay it back? As far as it's going to be monthly. With business loans, you can also pay them back daily, depending on what type of loan you have. You can finance and pay it back 6 months from now. So how will you pay that loan back? What is your current income status? Will you be using money that you make from a 9 to 5, or are you already getting money from your business, or is this a new venture? How are you going to pay it back? I mean, that's the biggest and number one question. So let's jump into company structure. What is your company structure? Do you have a LLC? Do you have a corporation? Do you have are you self proprietary? Are you just kind of work for yourself, doing business as a DBA under your personal name with your social security number, which is a whole different situation? Or are you a nonprofit organization? If so, are you a 501c or a 501c3? So all those things makes a difference. You want to make sure you write that down so you have a clear understanding, because that's a question that will be asked frequently when applying or setting up your business credit profile. I believe it's important to have a business credit profile, and I do recommend utilizing a tool called NAV to kind of maintain, monitor, measure all of this, so you know kind of where you are and how you're getting set up, and if you're being set up properly. Because a lot of times we do obtain credit under our business name, but we also add our social security number to that, which in turn makes it kind of reports more to your personal credit instead of your business, and you actually never build a business credit profile. So a lot of people say, hey, I got business credit, but they don't actually have a business credit profile. Next, the commercial address. Again, I dropped some links below. I own a commercial address company, so if you need that, you can actually get a professional business mailing address, and then some of the links that we have below here on the show. So a commercial address is very important, especially when it comes to a bank. They want to know that you're operating in a professional manner and not just out of your home. Although operating out of your home is fine, but depending on what type of business you have and is your home set up to, as a business per se. And a lot of times, in most cases, it's not properly set up as a business and your home is not a commercial address. So better safe than sorry to go ahead and invest in a commercial address. If you're doing business overseas, you want a foreign qualification. It's very important to have that. Write that down, look it up, Google it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that today, but you want to have a foreign qualification in place to make sure, again, your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. You want to identify your SIC and NAIC codes, okay? Your SIC and your NAICS codes, okay? These codes are very important because they actually identify what type of business you have and services that you provide. Without this, you could say, hey, I'm a consultant. What kind of consultant? For me, I'm a business technology consultant. I also am a digital marketing agency. So, I need SIC and NAC codes to match those industries. So we don't write out that I'm a business consultant specializing in this. We actually just list the SIC and NAC codes, which identifies the type of business you have and all of the services that you can and will provide. Next, I'm sure all of you are familiar with that EIN number. That EIN number is super important. It's like a social security number for your particular business. It's that identifier, okay, employer identification number. It's super important. You want to make sure you have that. You want to make sure it's active with the IRS at all times, okay? And yes, things happen, so make sure you check it. Depending on what type of business you have, where you live, you may need a business license. If you don't have a business license and you're working in an industry where a license is required, then, that's a red flag. Don't go without it. If you're not sure, then you can contact a business consultant. You can go online and actually look it up to find out if your industry requires a license to operate. Another important thing I think people overlook is the 411 listings, okay? Is your business listed as a professional business? And this kind of goes hand in hand with having a professional telephone number, okay? A lot of times we think we can get a second cell phone and that works. Well, not really as you're a growing business with a bank account. So once you're looking to obtain a business bank account, they do look for professional emails, professional voicemail. What is a professional email? I think some people think that they can get a Gmail account and call it their business name, and that's a professional email. That is incorrect. Your email, you want to purchase your domain name, and you want your email extension to be that actual business name. Like for me, it's mybizconsulting.net. That is my business. That is my domain name. That is my email address as well. So with added admin or my first name or first and last name, however you want to set that up, that extension is, that URL is your professional email address, okay? So, of course, your business bank account, you want to get that business bank account set up. Depending on where you bank at, you can go with a credit union. I went with a federal credit union, of course, but you can really go anywhere. You may want to even set up multiple bank accounts, but start with a business bank account so you have one set up and have one ready, okay? So a logo, letterhead, this is so important. We don't have business identity drawn up, but we are going into a bank to ask for that $50,000. I'm on a no-doc loan, $50,000, but I haven't spent or invested anything in building a business or brand yet. So make sure you get that logo and that letterhead ready, especially if you're going to look for business banks. You're going to business banks to obtain loans, or even online banks. I believe we were looking at recently an account with an automotive company for one of my clients who was a mechanic and, had a mechanic and tow shop. And he was looking to, I think it was AutoZone. Well, they wanted to see the logo and letterhead. They had, could you send this over on a letterhead? So That's some of the things, and send it from your email, your business email, your professional email address. So those things are super important. Next, people nowadays, we are in 2023, the digital age, and they want to see your website. Now, a lot of you maybe just getting started, you may not be able to afford a website right away. That's fine. Create a landing page. A landing page you can get for free. If you don't want to do it yourself, I mean, my company does it. There's a million companies out here that create landing pages for you. And it's pretty cheap and simple. It has the basic information that you want to share with the world right on that page, and people can come there and, you know, you can use that as a contact form. I call it your digital business card. I think it's super important. So next, we are running out of time. You know, this is a big topic, but building a business, a credit file is super important. You want to, next, after you have all of those things in line, you want to obtain a Dun and Bradstreet number, a DUNS number, if you mean. DUNS number. That's usually what people call it, but it's a Dun and Bradstreet number. And that, again, is to identify your business. This is where they collect the credit transactional information as well. Okay. From after you have your DUNS number, you next want to create a PAYDEX score. This is usually Experian, IntelliScore. So you have an experience score. Your experience score, you want to kind of have that at least at about 80. Your IntelliScore, you want to have that between 76 and 100 to show that you're low risk, because that's what these do. You have your Equifax. You're going to need an Equifax ID. A lot of people think that they can, you know, start using it and they just have credit, and it doesn't work like that, because not all business credit reports to your business credit. You know, sometimes if you put your social there, they just report it to your personal credit, and it doesn't get reported to your business credit. They're going to be looking at your SBFE, which is just kind of shows your risk. If this person is high risk or low risk, they're going to be looking at your BIN, which is your bank identification number. So you want to make sure your BIN file is created, and that's what the purpose of having that business bank account is. So depending on where you are and how much money you're trying to get, whether it's a loan or what have you, you want to make sure you set up that NAV account so you can monitor all of the things that I just talked about. That NAV account is important. It's nav.com. You can sign up below. I dropped the link. If you drop a link, if you use my link, I'll actually be able to be in touch with you and help you through this a little bit. So make sure you set up a NAV account, set up your business phone line, set your business up with First Base. I dropped all of this information below. These are companies that I partner with. These are companies that I work with. Business address. I do own a business address and a business phone lines. You can get those through me. So check the links below and make sure you tune in and grab those so you can kind of be off to a good start. Now we got 90 seconds remaining, and let's talk about building the accounts really quick. So once you have all of step one, your company structure, address, foreign qualifications, SIC, NAT codes, EIN, business license, 411, listing, business bank account, logo, letterhead, website, or landing page, professional email, and voicemail together, then you want to go to step 3. Now that you're familiar with the DUNS number, you know that you need to get that. You want to now jump into your layers. Layer 1 is the pre-PAYDEX, those net 30 accounts. You're going to start getting those accounts, applying for them, paying them off on time. Okay. Then you want to work on trade accounts. They strengthen your actual credit history. Then your starter PAYDEX. And again, I'm throwing out these terms to you guys so you can write them down, but I'll probably have to do another episode strictly on building credit accounts. But you want to go through the process of making sure you have all the layers required, which kind of consists of different types of account. You need a mix of accounts in order to have strong business credit. Okay. So we're going to end it there. We're going to cut it there. It's your girl, Nina Capone, season 1, episode 2, 10 minutes to talk. We have extended into 10 seconds of 10 minutes to talk, y'all. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll get back to you with more information on building your business credit the right way. Any questions, you can hit me up anytime at 215-443-1076. Make sure you leave a message, as I am not always available to take the call live, but I will definitely be able to assist you. Have a great day and stay tuned for episode 3.